success of the Teaching Service Commission's recent recruitment, with over 2,000 new teachers selected for deployment. The family of 3 children who died in a tragic house fire in Lusaka's Banana Township has attributed the cause of the inferno to a lightning strike that led to an electrical short circuit during a rainstorm. In sports news, the Zambia Under-20 national team recorded their second draw at the ongoing Total Energies Cup Under-20 Africa Cup of Nations Egypt 2025 on Saturday evening.
The news, 88.5 Sun FM.
And now the news in detail. Government plans to start exporting beef and has identified Chisamba district as one of the livestock officer. Laboratory Nalishiwa says government has increased its cattle disease prevention programs as a plans prepares to start exporting beef. Mr. Nalishiwa says government wants to ensure Chisamba is districts to pilot the project. He says the district has embarked on sample surveillance for cattle against major diseases such as foot and mouth disease, East Coast fever, and contagious bovine pleuropneumonia. Speaking during the exercise at Chipoka Farm, Mr. Nalishiwa says so far they have sampled about 1,700 cattle against the district total population possible. He further encouraged cattle farmers to use selection criteria were applied impartially despite the high volume of applicants vying for a limited number of posts. This week, the TSC finalized its selection of over 2,000 candidates and submitted the list to the Ministry of Education for final verification and issuance of appointments. Said the overwhelming number of applicants has been the biggest challenge, with many trained teachers still without placements and waiting on the streets for each recruitment round. Mr. Mulenga commended the government's efforts, noting that while the number of available posts may appear limited, the TSC has conducted its exercise with due diligence and transparency in applying the selection criteria. He urged unsuccessful applicants to remain patient and noted that this intake
and disease prevention. Senior Livestock Officer Libert Nalishiwa says the reason for the activity.
Sample surveillance. Among the diseases that we normally do the surveillance is CBP. It is controlled as soon as possible. Soon there will be this export of beef, and Chisamba is one of the districts which will be doing the pilot.
They have sampled about 1,700. They have sampled about 1,700 and encourage farmers to continue with routine management.
So far in this exercise, we have sampled about 1,700 cattle.
But remember, this is just an addition to the 4,600 that was done last year for this year's deployment.
Has attributed the cause of the inferno for the delayed response from the fire brigade. Police spokesperson Ray Hamonga confirmed the incident and identified the deceased victims as Nathan Peary, aged 7, Emmanuel Peary Jr., aged 4, and Subilo Peary, aged 2. Meanwhile, Seventh-day Adventist Lusaka North District Pastor Wanda Hamukandi described the loss as heavy and called on Zambians to keep their bereaved family in their prayers.
Emmanuel Peary, Nathan Peary, Subilo Peary were in this very house when tragedy struck.
A heartbreaking tragedy has struck Lusaka's Kapanana township, where 3 young siblings perished in a house fire believed to have been sparked by lightning-induced electrical short-circuit. The incident occurred on Friday evening, May 2nd, 2025, when heavy rains hit the area. According to family representative, who was stranded in traffic in Chazanga compound.
The cause of the death is the lightning.
Children. Despite their efforts, the fire was only quenched after it had completely consumed the house and its content.
Eyewitnesses and community members have voiced out their account of Meanwhile, Lusaka North District Seventh-day Adventist pastor.
The church came as a shock. When now don't have words of comfort in the bereaved family and our beloved Lord.
It's something that is painful to us because it's like a brother. We are of the same age, and when we look at
Thomas Mwale reporting for Sun FM TV News in Lusaka.
May their souls rest in peace. We take a break.
Start the month of May with an explosion of entertainment on Top Star for an affordable price of 210 kwacha on Antenna Classic OD Smart. Get ready.